Welcome back to another one, and today with an interesting kit, digital baby monitor kit. Now, I was thinking that this is targeted at babies or small children, but what about if we have someone with a old age that has some issues or difficulties, and the family member wants to pay attention, and instead of waking up at the night and go there 5 or 6 times, have one of these monitors to be able to take a little bit better care of that person while having more comfort. So probably this is not only for kids and children, probably for older people as well. Now, if you are watching this video on your Windows 10 or Windows 11 computer and you still haven't activated your license, and if you want to do it, don't forget to check out KeysFan. I will leave a link down below. It's a platform that we have been using for the past few months, and you will find official OEM keys at an affordable price, and with the coupon code that you can see on screen and also down below in the description, you will get an extra discount. So just in case you want to check that out, I will leave a link down below just next to the baby digital monitor. Now, before we talk about the accessories, how it works, which works great by the way, and what comes in a package and so on and so forth, the first test that I did was in terms of distance, because I do believe that the distance is the more important test. If it does work, then it's a great product. If it doesn't work, then all the other features, more or less, are just useless. The first test that I did was to put the screen with a aquarium so that I could see if the image was fluid or not, and then I pick up the monitor and I took it away because it has a battery built in, and I can do that actually for 12 hours, but I didn't take that long. First of all, I did on my gymnasium area, and the total is about 80 square meters with walls and so on and so forth, and it works great. Then I went to the backyard and the result was the same, no issues whatsoever. By the way, the specifications state that we can use it 300 meters without obstacles, and right over here we are talking about roughly 160, 200 square meters with some obstacles. So if you are in a similar scenario, you'll be more than fine. Then I went to the first floor to test it out, and no issues whatsoever, walking backward and forwards, no issues. Then when I go to the second floor, that was the first barrier. On the second floor stairs, which is usual on this kind of device, I did lost signal for the first time, which means that the stairs has a lot of iron, a lot of stone, so it's really hard to pass through. Nonetheless, when I went to the top of the second floor, what happens is that we do get the signal back once again, especially in the area that we are straight ahead here with the office. So if in your case you are 2 floors above and you are on the same direction, it will be more than fine. If you go towards another direction, then we will lose the signal a little bit, and the image will not be as fluid. There will be a few parts of the image that will slow down, so in that case the experience will not be 100%. But nonetheless, I was impressed with the range that it was able, because there are a lot of iron and stone right over here on this floor, so a strong signal, which is given by this antenna right over here, and also this antenna. This antenna right over here is a temperature sensor, which is great. We can see and know the temperature that we have on the room where the camera is, and it will give us that information on the menu bar right over here. Audio on both ways, and the audio from the camera, which is monitoring the baby, it's always active to the screen. The option that I have is to up and down the volume, and I can mute, which is what's happening right now. At the same time, you can see a visual alarm right over there, which means that it was detected by sounds, and probably at the beginning of the video when I start talking, we will have, even if the screen is off, it detects the voice and it will wake up the screen so I can see what's happening in real time. If I want to talk from the monitor side to the camera, then I've got a button right over here, which is a microphone. I can press and I can talk, and the baby will listen to me, and probably it will disregard and keep on crying, but nonetheless, I did try that. There's also an option for music, so I can select the music and put it to play right over here through the speaker that we can see here on the camera. It supports up to 128 gigs of storage storage micro SD card, so it will record, if we want to, of course, 24/7. And the way that it plays back, it's really easy. We will have the video split in chapters, so we can just press fast forward and it will go forward and forward until we find the image that we want. Talking about image, the image quality is great here on the screen. This screen has 5 inches and I do believe that the image resolution is 480p. Not really sure, but it looks awesome right over here, as you can see. Nonetheless, what I'm going to do is to get one of those clips I'm going to put here on screen so that you can check it out. But if it's 480, then it will be completely stretched out because I'm recording this video in 4K and I will have to scale it up. And image quality during the day and also during the night, it's great. You can see everything with the infrared lights. Battery wise, it has a 3600 battery right over here, and this will give us the option to use it for about 12 hours of video playback, and if the screen goes down, then we will have a few more hours. I was thinking that last night it was disconnected like this and it had the sleep on and the battery did not go down, so I would imagine that you will have a few days, especially when we have the saving battery option, which will turn the screen on or off depending if we have sounds or not. Inside the package we will find all this right over here: the camera, the display, which is 5 inches LCD, 2 cables, USB type A to USB type C, and a user guide. The camera has 2 megapixels, a antenna for the video transmission and also antenna for temperature sensor, a reset button, USB type C for powering it up. Then it has the tripod mount at the bottom, and we can also mount it on the wall if we want to. The display is an LCD display, not touch screen. We will use these buttons right over here to navigate, but the resolution is great. I imagine once again it's 480 because I don't see anything on the specifications, but as you can see right over there, we can see really clear. It has this antenna that will help us to get more range, and we also have this stand which will be able to put the monitor on the vertical. A turn on and off or sleep button, and also the Vox detection button. On the side we will have the menu button, multi-camera, because we can achieve 4 simultaneous cameras. And at the beginning I was saying that this might be a digital monitor, but with 4 cameras I do believe that it's a surveillance system. So we can have four cameras on the same room, or if you have 4 different kids on 4 different rooms, then you will have one of these on each room and then you will cycle. The system is also smart enough to detect sound on this camera and open the screen automatically on that particular camera, which is really nice. Besides that, we also have right over here the directional button, which will give us the option to move the camera around in a 360 angle, volume up and down, brightness up and down, and the microphone activation so that I can talk to the camera. In terms of the menu, it's really complete but really simple for this kind of device. In terms of conclusion, I do believe that this is a system that has all the requirements, and in my opinion, more than necessary. For example, I do believe that the temperature sensor is great in terms of technology, but I would not base my kids on the sensor. I would feel if the room is warm enough or cold, although it's great, and I do love to see this kind of details on this kind of technology. But more importantly is that the screen quality is great and the image quality is great, and then it has these functions of alarms, waking up the screen when it hears the sound, and so on and so forth. So I do believe that this works great for all the scenarios and has more options than necessary. But a great accessory if you have a kid or a baby or even an older person that you are taking care of. That being said, hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.